Good morning and welcome to Daily Game Design. Yesterday I decided to make some changes, finish an update to Sugar Shack. So this is because this is the first time I would have been back for Mondays, or like tonight I would normally be going over to Other Realms, and the people at both of those venues have playtested recently and had a great, very helpful effect on the game. And so I wanted to make those updates, make those changes, and I finished most everything. To like update the cards in Dexterous so that I could print the print the next prototype. Then I realized, wait, it's not just the partnerships card. Where is it? This is the one. This is not super meaningful yet. It's just a little console that players can have in their player area where there's some information. There's also this infinite worker placement spot where they can do stuff to improve things for themselves. So that is different. I made that. I changed that last week. I knew I needed to print an update, and I was kind of wrapping up, and then realized, actually, no. One of my main issues is iconography. I really need to find another way to express what to do with cubes, because I think I mentioned this before, but something that really bothered me, I said, I know something is really wrong here. Something is really, really wrong here. And it wasn't just like, oh, players will get used to this. I recognize that does have to happen sometimes, but this is a clear communication error. And that is when my friend was playing last week, and being kind of overwhelmed with choices and what was going on, she kept wanting to place a cube on, well, they're gone now. I don't know if I have any good examples. But this old icon, I can show you this old version of things. So this icon, it really was supposed to represent a cube. That box was supposed to say cube. Instead, in her mind, being kind of overwhelmed and not able to process everything, it said placement spot, right? It's just this space, rather than, oh, that's a bottle, and it communicates that's a bottle cube. Instead, it was place a cube on me. And that's not at all what it's meant to communicate. So I knew that was a problem. I knew I needed to get that sorted out. And what it became was just reworking of the iconography in general when it comes to managing cubes. So I'll go through examples. Okay, well, this was it. This was the literal case where things went wrong. So before, it was just that brown square, and it had the town hall symbol in it. Now you can see it's very different. I've replaced the brown square with a cube, an arrow pointing to the town hall. Okay, so that's the first one. Before, it was just a space with the town hall inside of it. A brown square, just like this, actually, almost. It was down here and a little bit bigger. Now it is, here's a cube, which is really a bottle. The cube represents a bottle, and that cube goes up to the town hall. So, okay, so I feel better about that. The other, here's another version of things. So this used to be a brown box with an X in the middle. Now it is a cube with an X in the middle. So hopefully that's clear. And then here's the other type of instruction, the final type of instruction for a player, and that is to place a cube on this component, on this card, or place a whatever on this card. And so you can see is that a rhombus? What is this shape? for some reason I can't think of it. Let me look. Rhombus? This is definitely spelled wrong. Rhombus. Okay. Is a rhombus the general? No. It's like a diamond. Rhomboid? Is that a thing? Nope. Nope. What is this? What is this shape? Irregular four-sided shapes. Trapezoid. That's what I was looking for. It's a trapezoid. Okay. What's happening here? Nice. Yeah, there's people in the TTO con. Hey, Seth. I was actually parallelogram sounds like it works. I was trying to describe this shape, but I couldn't remember. Is it not trapezoid then, or is parallelogram? Does that work because of the top and bottom? What about the left and right? Trapezoid looked right. Not a parallelogram. Yeah, because parallelogram, like everything would be parallel, right? Yeah. Trapezoid. So this is the last of the instructions for players of what to do with the cubes. Before, I was just representing I think I showed what I had was this, essentially this. I think placing a cube on here is probably the major improvement, because now it doesn't look like a space where you could put a cube. But I went further and actually put this shape underneath to try to communicate, place a cube on this component. The warehouse is still confusing because people want I don't know. We'll see how it plays with this updated iconography. I even applied the same iconography or similar to this this step in resolving this card. So before it was just the box with the town hall icon in it. Yeah, so I went through this, updated everything yesterday, and then printed right before game night. I didn't play for game night, but it was really fun to show Ronson and Jacoby that I made some changes. Yeah. Are you getting close to finishing your game? The war game? Battle something? Is it battle something? Force Commander. Yeah. Okay, so at the end of the stream yesterday, I went back to South Shore Vibes. I don't think so, maybe halfway. That's awesome. Is it going to be on, are you going to be able to put it on Steam someday? Going to take it offline? Or build, I don't know what you have to build. Oh yeah, sure. It'd be awesome to know an indie game designer with the biggest game on Steam. That could be you, Seth. Okay, so I printed these out. I was thinking I could just cut this stuff out now, but I also kind of Just want to get to South Shore vibes. Yeah, so I printed the fresh sheet. I missed a few things yesterday because I only printed the faces of the cards. I also failed to print the hardware store. So I just reprinted a couple things. I'm really just like vacuuming the ink out of my printer at this point. That's what it looks like. Shoot, this should, oh no, that's just a mark. It's not keeping track, right? Like you would just mark that with a cube, the 50 down here. No Steam publication. I don't think it would do well. Also, there's no money in it. Yeah. Okay. I know nothing about the economics of Steam. Definitely not. It's public domain. It's worthy of a giant Steam success. Someone else could do it. Nice. And fair enough. Yeah, I may do a little bit of crafting. I don't know. I want to, like, since that Yellow Call came out for dice games, I thought of South Shore Vibes. I don't think there's much of a game here. I think it could be fun just for some friends to try, and yeah, I mean, I designed it for my friend Kenna anyway, so. But then I thought, let me at least look at it again. So, because last I play tested online, people suggested the guys I tested with had a lot of feedback, and I don't know. I think they wanted, a couple of them at least wanted to change this quite a bit, like put stuff out there to give you reasons to go places rather than only. They didn't love the skills, because basically what was missing, or what is missing when for the placement, you start just moving down the wave and kind of taking up these spaces. What's missing is a reason to do anything other than go directly toward the most points at the bottom. That was what was missing. So that's when I introduced skills. Right? And here are the skills. Skills are shapes, and they include making these shapes there's like two types of skills, and well, not really types, but anyway, they include specific movements, and so you have to match the pattern on the wave, and then they would pay out with something. One of the other suggestions was like, why don't you just remove the money currency? Why don't you just remove this and keep victory points, obviously, but then what if you could reduce a currency, cut a currency from the game? So I'm trying that just without any thought or playtesting. I just cut out the money, and now I need to figure out what to do here at the bottom. Because at least you could want to get some money, and so you could end, for example, well, let me go back up. You could end here. You could end here because you wanted 4 money. You were really interested in an upgrade. So you weren't so interested or worried about landing here where you get the most points. You would want to land here where you get money. So if you eliminate this option, if you eliminate currency, then now there needs to be another reason. It doesn't need to be another reason, but I think the question is, how do you keep more spaces relevant more of the time? Right? So it's not just all players are going here, or else it doesn't, that they're bound to lose. That's the sort of puzzle I'm left with if I go this direction of cutting the currency. I do love the problem of spending points for things. I think that's a great problem. I want to say maybe one of my earliest exposures was with the game Medici. And game. So Omar showed this one to us. I saw the guys playing at Armchair. Yeah, and so it's an auction game where you're bidding on cards that are worth that let you work towards sets. This is must be a very old version. Oh, I had no idea there were all these printings. So really fun, tight little game where you're bidding on cards to create sets. No, the cards let you move up tracks, and the farther you are up the track, the more points you get. So you're trying to collect sets of the same type of card, right? These like the cards, um, yeah, they allow you to move up these tracks, and you can actually see that. Yeah, like the higher up, the more points you're gonna get. You get these bonuses. You also get it's kind of like it's basically area majority in a way, or area control, where you get points. I think just by being number one on the track. I forget how scoring works, but the main application here is that the cards that you're bidding on, you have to spend victory points for. So it's awesome. You can spend a whole bunch to invest and then hope to make a whole lot back. I love that problem. Or you can play pretty conservatively and just try to make small, like incremental movements or advances. Yeah, that to me is the simplest, most compelling problem. Do I spend a lot now for a big payout later, or do I spend a little now for little payouts the whole time? I think that's a great problem. Okay. Well, okay, so that's one reason why I kind of don't mind cutting money out and just leaving victory points. The only trouble is, like I just described, how do you create pressures that make these other hexes attractive? There's no reason to go there other than points. Another thing that came to mind with the yellow, like the publisher, was wondering, like this actually started, I was hoping for this to be potentially a bigger game and one that like Stonemaier might be interested. Stonemaier likes games that play 1 to 6. And so from the beginning, this was a game that was meant to play bigger numbers of people. Or have a higher player count. But I wonder with yellow if I could just cut down to 4 players, and I don't know if that would change the number of hexes available. Like it might be that I could just like lop off these first two spots, columns. I'm not sure. I think movement is okay because with yellow too, yellow has actually an interesting range. I can actually, I wonder if it'd be better to look them up on BGG than just their website. Yeah, so they have a huge game through the ages. Well, is this the same? Yeah, okay. So, or maybe it's like what do you call that? Oh, it looks like, wait a minute. Maybe they distribute, or what is it called? Maybe they own the rights for Europe or something. Or maybe not Europe, but English rights or something. Because I don't understand how they're printing Lost Ruins and SETI and Through the Ages. Because these are all CGE games. But okay, the White Castle. They have the White Castle. That is something. But they have super light games. They have a bunch of super light games, like party games. But they have a lot. Look, there's 32 pages of games. 790. That seems a little out of control. But anyway, I think this publisher, like, at first I was thinking it had to be like kind of like the op, like very, very simple, almost nearly mass market games. But anyway, I think there is flexibility here. I think it could be like a slightly meatier game and be fine. And this is still focused on like a print and play version of this game. So like this is, maybe it could be that the game board is like this, but it wouldn't have to be. And maybe this would be just a little area at the bottom of the board where players could claim upgrades. So skills, I was trying to think of a way to repurpose skills. Because one thing could be that they're just cards that flip up and maybe you have 3 or 4 available every wave. And so you could do the skill, earn the card. Maybe you're like the first player to have the skill on the wave, like mid wave, and then you could claim the skill card. Actually, I like that idea. Let me make some skill cards real quick. I finished the PMP for Adra HQ yesterday. Sent it off, and I haven't received a reply yet, but I'm sure it'll take him time to get there. But I was really happy that came together pretty easily. There was some quirky stuff going on. PNP, print and play. I'm just not enunciating super clearly. PNP, PMP. Yeah. Where is it? I can just. Oh, it should say Sugar Shack. But that's not even the full thing. Here is the Adra HQP NP. Let's call it your hearing. No, there's no reason to get an N out very crisply. PMP when you're saying it so fast. Because the lips are closing, it sounds like it wants to be an M, whereas in an N, the lips are not closed. So it does create an M on the way to become to saying a P. So here it is right here. I updated the card backs so that they're all super clearly differentiated by color. So the focus is now on color rather than like job. And then here are the updated challenge cards. So the icons actually look it's the same object and the same shape, but with this black outline. Then hopefully players very clearly understand that this is at least it's different. This is a cost. It's a cost. And I just have this is the card back right here. Anyway, the game is definitely more legible. I think it's slightly more playable too because change the distribution of the icons a little bit. So hopefully the players have more of what they need more of the time so they don't get skipped very often. I was making a copy. That's what it was. I'm just going to delete all this. I just wanted the card size. So I think what I could do is just actually just pull these directly across. Interesting. So this is gone. I wonder why the outlines are gone. These groups. Oh, those are the boxes. I can add them back, but those kind of odd. Maybe I could get the size like this. Okay, I'll start with the biggest ones, and then maybe that'll give us a sense of a good size. So I'll have the shape and then have the payout. Payout here is for 4 points. Okay. Now I just get the size of this guy. And these are all 4. It was 9.85, I think, right? Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't. Oh. Close enough. Try this like super precise. Wow, exactly 9.85. Okay, those are the 4-point moves. Then there's 3-point moves. These guys are gone. Oh, you know what is actually cool about this idea is that if it's the first person to do the move on the wave, and some of these are actually segments of others. So like how many points is this? 2 points. So like this skill is on the way to this skill. So you could actually, there could be a push your luck thing where you're aiming for the big one. But if you decide to take the small one, then that's it. That you can't go for the big one. Actually, that sounds like a nice little problem. I bet I could get these to size right now. That'd be super nice. Close enough. I don't know how this would work. Like if it would have to be like a type of skill in a way, and maybe you mark that you have done one. Yeah, I'm not sure about taking the card or not. Especially with this idea that you could either commit to the thing that you like so that you get guaranteed points, or you push to try to get the longer version of it. I don't know how that would actually work. I don't know how it would work, but I like the idea. And now I could just do all kinds of patterns, like because this I brainstormed a few, and couldn't take up a lot of space, but I could just have like 3 or 4 more of each or something like that. And if I add a lot more, I feel like what would be kind of hard to keep track of is the value of them. Like, why are these, like the difficulty, like how do I really, really nail down my understanding of the difficulty here? Oh wait, that's not what I meant to do. Because obviously I think the way I was thinking about it is that it should pay out more if it's leading you away from, well, the relationship. Okay, the relationship I thought was that, well, most of the pressure is bringing players down here on the left. So what the higher payout skills do, at least some of them, is force players to slow down and also force players to go to the right. So that's why this one makes sense as like a big payout. It's really long. First of all, it's only 4 steps, but you'd have to start here, go through some expensive areas. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to cost you points. Actually, this no longer works. Wait a second, let me count. Okay, so let's say you start on the 5. Okay, so it would cost you 2, 4, 6 to get here. And then 1, 6, and then 0, 0 to get down here. So it would cost you 6 to gain 6, but then you would also earn 4. Maybe that's not right. So it would have been better to start out here. No, if you're going for that skill, I think the skill needs to pay out better. Probably. Right. Yeah, maybe the skill should be like 6. So if you did manage it, the thing is, a player would rush down to the 6th spot. And this is just so slow. And it kind of, is it? Oh, the thing is, it takes more dice. So that's part of the main issue, is it'll take more dice. In other words, there's more that could go wrong because you just might not have the right dice. Or the community pool dries up. That's not what I meant to do. It'd be kind of hilarious if yellow took this game. I cannot imagine it. Maybe I should be imagining it, and then it's more likely to happen. Is that how manifestation works? And now these could be easily added to, like copied and reflected, or you add one here and there. But anyway, these cards would be available. Let's say there are 3 or 4 available at all times, and maybe if you take one, a new one becomes available. That could be kind of cool. Okay. So this is really working against me right here, this long list of stuff. Gotta simplify somehow. Let me read through it and see what stands out. Paddling out. Reserve personal pool. Dice equal number of wave tiers. Okay, so that means for round 1 you take 4 dice. Okay, step 1. Create a community pool. Unexhausted neutral dice up to 5 plus 1 die for each player. This sounds annoyingly specific. I don't know if I love that. Like, unexhausted neutral dice. Way too jargony. Roll all dice in personal and community pools, and then do the initial placement. I give you roll dice. What would be a quick way to figure out placement? Okay, so there are no longer any shakas, so this is gone. Oh, I guess placement is fine because it's just lowest VP, and then for a tie, then you would roll off. So that's not bad. Yeah, I feel like that is really simple. And to be honest, I don't think this is horrible. I wish, yeah, because this. Check this number, grab that number of dice. I wonder if there should be any exhausted neutral dice. I think that neutral dice should, maybe to simplify this, just neutral dice are always available. So 5 plus 1 for each player. You know, I'm just going to take that out right now. The idea of exhausted neutral dice. Neutral dice up to 5. Up to 5? No, 5 neutral dice plus 1. Yeah, 5 neutral dice plus 1 die from each. Wait, from or for? Neutral dice plus 1 die from each player. I wonder why. Plus 1 die for, but I wonder if I should rearrange this anyway. 5 neutral dice plus 1 neutral die. For each player. 5 neutral dice plus 1 neutral die for each player. Okay. Roll all dice in personal and community pools, then place. Placement is very, yeah, it should be straightforward and just going clockwise after the initial placement. Oh no, no, it would always be placed in lowest to highest VP. Roll off ties. Then I could just say this. Off ties. It's funny, like I haven't looked at this game in a long time, and if I were maybe like if this was a more consistent if I spent more consistent time on this game, I wonder if I would just be as cavalier like cutting and changing stuff. Oh, I'm sure I had a reason for this and that, right? And then just like, no, this doesn't look right. I'm just changing it. That's funny. Oh, this isn't even the one that matters. Okay. Okay, end of wave. Score. Score and upgrade. In lowest to highest VP order. I don't know if this is right. I feel like this could be a little heavy-handed with the catch-up mechanisms. Because so far there are 2. One being initial placement, which should give you a great advantage since you've got you know what dice are available to you, you know what skills are available, and you get to place first. Like that could be a big deal. And then also if you upgrade in lowest to highest VP order, oh, what if you upgrade in order of who finishes first. That would still give the advantage to the first players. But turn order changes, actually. Turn order changes throughout the wave. So how about upgrade immediately. You upgrade immediately when off the wave. I don't like how that sounds, but that's what I mean. Because it includes both having fallen off the wave and finished the wave. So, I don't know what else I could say there. Anyway, choose to paddle in. No, I don't think so. I think everybody continues. What is that? Why is it doing that? Is that a connection problem? Connection has been perfect so far, actually. Okay, I love that this is gone now, but this can be where the skills sit. Wait, this just needs to be a player aid. Yeah, so this sheet is unnecessary. It's good news. Let me look at this again. One thing I was hoping to do was do a kind of, actually, in a way, to do what I'm doing with Sugar Shack would be nice here. And that is that once you're like moving on the wave, you could just keep going. Like, so rather than waiting for everybody to finish the wave, you can just go back out, catch another wave. That kind of rolling style would be really nice. Like just ongoing. You know, if I'm 2 or 3 steps in front of you on the wave and I finish the wave, then I can start the next wave before you're even done and just kind of come behind you. Practically speaking, I don't know how that would work, but it could be cool. Well, the problem is like, what about how long does it take? What does it mean to clean up the dice from the map as well, or from the wave? I actually feel like that could be a big problem. Like, as in, I don't know if it's even worth exploring that idea. Okay, so what would happen? What happens to the neutral dice then? Because one of the dynamics originally was that the dice pool just keeps shrinking, so it becomes a real push your luck game in the sense that you have to decide, okay, I have fewer dice this time, but should I go out again? Like maybe I'll make it. Maybe I can make it. And so to make that feeling stronger, the neutral dice pool changes too. Like it shrinks. Because the players are supposed to exhaust a die. And so what I was kind of thinking is that players can Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, what if we eliminated rounds altogether? So this is gone, this is gone. Okay, instead what happens is at the end of the wave, you can decide yeah, I said the stream was perfect and then it disconnected. Anyway. Okay, so what if I stick with this idea that you can just keep going? So there's no real round structure here. What if Uncle Wallace? So I still think Uncle Wallace is important here, but I'm going to make him a D4. I'm going to make him a D4 and drop him into the middle of the wave here. So he's just like cruising around. And he's going to finish the wave at some point as well. Let me make this a little more. Okay. What if this goes away? Okay, I'm just freestyling here, just making things happen. So here is the wave. What do I do with this? Okay, I don't think you need to. Well, I don't think it would be 2 dice. It definitely wouldn't be 2 dice. But I think you can keep adding dice. Because I think okay, there's the push your luck aspect, which is your pool of dice is shrinking. Well, that's not, like, the feeling of shrinking is not a fun feeling. The fun feeling would be, should I go out or should I stay? If I decide to go out and I do well, then that is exciting. That feels good. But if I play conservatively, because I'm like, that would mean I need to roll exactly the numbers I need on these dice. I don't think I really want to risk it. Then you have to like pass and wait for everybody else to finish the round, and then that's no fun at all. So I think instead, if we go unthematic, because also part of it was that you just get tired. You get tired as you surf. So you're exhausting dice. What if we abandon the idea of exhaustion? Because that doesn't even sound fun. That doesn't sound fun at all. So what if I abandon the idea of exhaustion and instead you actually just keep buying dice? Okay. So like this would actually just become, what do you do with used dice though? Or what do you do if somebody takes your die? Oh, the 1 die from each player. So it goes. That's right. Yeah, that's why it's kind of funny to say, what was it yesterday? Oh, over the weekend. The strings on my guitar are so old, but they've lasted for so long. Actually, I want to see how the guitar sounds over stream. I don't remember. Do you play trumpet? I feel like you're a trumpet player, Seth, but I'm sure I've made that up. Did you play any instrument? Oh no. I cannot and have never played. This is I like this riff a lot. It's from John Foreman. Such a nice, mellow, but very, very familiar sounding thing, not like jazzy or anything. Oh, I just thought of do 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 do. How's that song go? What's that Annie song? I think I need a key focus. Basically tone dead. Well, there goes the connection again. I forget where I did this song before. You fill up my senses like night in the forest, like mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a da-da-da. I'm not trying to serenade you, Seth. I don't think I've ever tried this before. What, Annie's song? How does my thing is, I feel like the fans I have going will really interfere with the sound. So, how is it? Yeah. Well, I'm just saying because the sound from the guitar, you know, like if I just feel like there would be some, because it's quieter, and so I think the fans, there's noise cancellation happening. So anyway, something quieter like a guitar, I figured the fans would not like in the quality of the sound, but just that it's like coming through. I feel like there would be some canceling. I mean, like, can you hear the guitar well? Like, is is it like loud enough relative to my voice, or is it just like kind of in the background? Oh, what's oh. How does sounds like guitar to me. Good balance to their voice. Oh, that's cool. Nice. I'm seeing I could do actually, I've forgotten. I used to cover a fair number of songs, and then I've forgotten a whole bunch. Cause what's Good Riddance. It's time to go. Time of your life. That's what I thought. What is this? Let's do chords. Tabs, I thought it was going to take me to, yeah, it should take me here. Ultimate guitar. That's pretty high, actually. Another turning point, folks stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. That's really high. But this would sound very different. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life. Wow, I have not looked at this song in a super long time. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind. Hang it on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life. Oh, and then there's like the strings part. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life. Thank you for joining for my rendition of good riddance or time of your life. Yeah, okay. So I think that's it for me. It looks like my connection's getting more and more unstable anyway. But thanks for hanging out, Seth. I feel good about just kind of some heavy-handed changes here. Just see what happens. I should probably actually write down some notes because revisiting this game first time in a while because of the yellow call for dice games. I've already made significant changes in a short amount of time. I'm considering what happens if instead of exhaustion, players actually gain dice as they go and get stronger. I like this a lot. I think obviously it would feel better. It would just feel like you're getting a stronger engine. Maybe like once other ideas. Claiming skill cards when are present on the board, or waiting to claim more valuable based on the same shapes. What about this? Once you claim a skill, next time you do it, you get more points for it, right? That could be kind of cool. Like it becomes yours. It moves into your area. Now that's something that you can do well. And the more you do it, the more points you get. That might feel like you're kind of railroaded in a little bit. Like you're on tracks. Okay. Actually, Seth, it looks like you've taken off, but Ming and I are texting right now, and we're talking about announcing like details for Valentine's Day. So, speakeasy with dirty drinks. Of course, it's a dry bar, and perhaps a $5 cover charge. It looks like that'll be the main thing. Okay, yeah, that's it for me. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye bye for now.